Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. Brennan again, about 10 a.m. on Wednesday here, and I'm just doing some work. You might be asking yourself, why aren't you in the office? And if you're doing work, why are you wearing a shirt that says my girl is stronger than you? Well, besides those points, what I will tell you is occasionally I do work from home if the occasion warrants it. And today is one of those days, so as you can probably see in the background, I got Adobe Premiere Pro up and running, which is my editing software of choice, and I'm actually working on putting together an interview that we did with one of the higher ups within our company. So a work from home day for me means sitting here and editing, and I choose to do it this way just because this iMac I have is pretty specced out in terms of the software and some of the memory and whatnot in it, so it just makes things a lot easier. Plus there's no distractions of being in the office. So I'll be working on this probably the next couple of days. It's not due for a while, but I'd like to get it done and run it by some other people to make sure that it's up to par, so to say. Unfortunately, I can't put a lot of penis and fart jokes like I normally do in it, but I think it'll still turn out alright as is. I'm also wearing my Audio-Technica Studio Monitor headphones. I don't know if you guys are interested in these kind of things like electronics. I know a lot of you guys are. I picked these up a long time ago for my editing, and they're a great pair of headphones if you're interested. Maybe we can do a video review on them at some point. I know some of you don't like me to get away too much from the fitness aspect, and that's probably because I don't have glute shots in my headphone reviews, but maybe I can and make the best of both worlds. So I'm gonna get back to work on this. We'll probably have a pre-workout meal in a little bit and hit the gym around lunch today, so a little bit earlier than normal, but we'll take you guys along for the ride. So we'll talk to you soon. Alright, so sitting here playing around, I just want to show you how easy it is to do some stuff in Premiere Pro, and that's one of the reasons I like it. I mentioned I'm working on this interview, so here we have the guy. We actually green screened it, so that way all we can do is we can come in and just basically take the background out really quick. So as you can see right here, it's only literally going to take me about 2 seconds to do that. So the background is gone, and now we can kind of have all sorts of fun with this. Now, of course, this probably isn't going to be in the final product, but let's say, for example, I want my dude in the gym. So here we have the gym. Might have to kind of play with this just a little bit, get a little bit better perspective. So there we have him in the gym, and maybe we don't want to really have the focus on our dude so much. We can kind of just shrink him down, play with his positioning if we really want to make him look like he's giving this interview in the gym. Now, of course, I probably wouldn't have him this small, but if you really want to focus on the background, you can do this. And then, of course, let me mute it so you don't actually hear what he's saying. You can go ahead and just have this video go right off the bat. Now, obviously what I'll do is I'll probably piece this together and do some editing and color correction on him because we shot this kind of dark, as well as you can see that there's kind of a little bit of glare on his head, so I have to fix that. But should be a fun day, so working from home, and like I said, this doesn't really constitute work for me because I like doing this stuff as is. Alright, so I'm taking a break from editing to have some food. I'll probably train in like an hour, 2 hours or so, but what I have here is I have a turkey sandwich. Pretty basic. This does have cheese on it. It also does have probably about 4.5 ounces of turkey. Also using that double protein bread that you guys see me pick up all the time. I also have a cup of vanilla Greek yogurt with about a half a cup of granola and raisins in there. Nothing overly heavy. I like to have the majority of my food more towards the end of the day. As you guys know, pretty much a pound of meat and a bunch of carbs. I'm also sitting here, as I normally do, and I try to catch up on stuff watching favorite YouTube channels. So this is actually One Fit Ash Mom. I'll link her in the description box below. But that's what I'm doing, so we're gonna do this, finish editing, and then probably go and train, and you'll see obviously. Alright, so I'm back in the car. I'm actually just leaving the post office now. It's probably hard to see, but Narragansett Beach is right behind me, so I do live by the water, which is nice, especially this time of year when it's actually sunny out. But I'm gonna go to the gym, and then I have to go return a bathing suit because it's a little too tight. That bulking season got a little bit out of control, but maybe you'll see some vlog of that coming up after the lifting clip. So let's get to lifting because that's the only thing I really care about anyways. We'll talk to you soon. Alright, today is actually front squat and shoulder day. Yes, you heard me correctly, shoulder. Now, shoulders has always been a part of BBSM. However, that's not something that Dan requires me to record, so I typically take those days off from filming. Now, on front squats, the first exercise called for 3 sets of 325 for 5 to 8 reps, and I decided to go ahead and try the strap variation. I haven't done these in quite a long time, and it definitely showed. This was a very ugly day, and I really struggled here on the first set to even get 5 reps. And one of the things that I don't like about this wide angle lens is the fact that there is some distortion in here. Maybe you guys can't tell, but to me this looks really bad in my opinion, and of course I'm going to blame the lens. I would never take full responsibility myself.
You know, which YouTuber would? Here you see a second set from the side view, a little bit different. Now in this case, I only managed 4 reps, and you see a 5th rep fail for this. And again, I was really struggling to hold the bar. It's kind of hard to tell here, but my elbows were shaking a lot during this. Not to mention I felt like I was choking myself out. So I'm not sure if I'm going to continue to use the straps or not. Maybe it's because I wasn't used to it. Maybe it's because I just squatted pretty heavy on Monday. Maybe it was because I was really sore from yesterday. Or more than likely it's just because I'm being a big old bitch. And here you see me just fail right here. Now, despite the fail and the fact that I was supposed to get at least 5 reps, I went ahead and did a 3rd set here of 325, and on this I got 3 reps and I felt like they were okay, a little bit better than the previous set. However, I didn't want to push it for a 4th or 5th just because in my mind I didn't think I was going to make it, and that's never a good thing because, to be honest, I've always heard we're all gonna make it, brah. But I got 3 reps here and decided to bump the weight up again because the next working set had called for 245 for anywhere between 2 to 5 reps. So this was going to be definitely interesting as I struggled with the first sets of 325. But because this is how the program is, I went ahead and tried it anyway and failed. So I couldn't keep the bar up. I'm just like, meh, what are you gonna do? You don't see that fresh dome cut. Shave my hair. Not much left, but still need somewhat of a haircut because then it looks even worse than it normally does. I then had some shoulders, and the goal for shoulders was to do 4 to 5 sets of 10 to 12 reps. He lets you pick the weight, so I kind of played around with the weight. Here you see a set of 80 pounds for 10. So it's going to be some dumbbell work each week in this case. And it was a little bit tough only because I did bench yesterday, but again, no excuse. Just got to get used to doing these again as it's been quite a while. From there, we moved on to 3 sets of dumbbell shrugs, called for 3 sets of 15 reps. I decided to just use 110 pounds. Kept the weight static all 3 sets just because it was easier this way. Grip strength felt good, shrugs felt good, so overall this one went pretty well. From there, we then also did some weighted sit-ups, but I didn't record those because those are boring. Alright, so I just finished my workout, and as you guys probably saw, it was pretty brutal, but you know what? I'm not even mad about it, and that's one of the things that I like about someone else doing my own programming. Really is going to make me step my game up, because there's no excuse for not hitting those numbers. Now that I'm done, I mentioned I had to go return some swimming trunks, or swim shorts, or a bathing suit. So here you go, here's what they are. Probably can't fit all on frame, even though we're using a wide angle lens. These are actually a 33, and they fit, but they're a little bit tight, and I'm actually pretty heavy right now for myself. I weigh roughly around 235 pounds, and I'm 6'4" for those of you that don't know, and that is heavy for me. I mean, the heaviest I've been is around 245, and when I'm really lean, I'm around 215, so I'm kind of right in the middle, so to say. So I'm going to try to drop probably about 10 pounds over the next couple of weeks. Nothing drastic, and I'm not going to really cry myself to sleep if it doesn't happen, but it's just something I'm going to try to be cognizant of because getting a little fluffy, as Nick Wright would say. So that's going to wrap up the video. As always, appreciate you guys watching. In the meantime, stay big.